Today, I want to address the topic of strength and building strength and how strength is incredibly important for runners. Most runners know that running is an incredibly injury prone sport. One of the ways that I always like to talk about that when I took my coaching class to become a certified running coach, the master trainer asked for everybody who had ever been injured running to raise their hand, and of course everybody raises their hand. It's just an incredibly injury prone sport, and so anything we can do to help mitigate that injury risk is huge. So I wanted to give really some tips on building strength, because really strength is going to help reduce injury. Strength through the upper body, through the core, and then through your legs is what's going to help you maintain proper running form, which in turn is going to help reduce your risk of injury. It's when we get weaknesses in some areas, we start to carry ourselves a little funny when we run, and then that is what leads to injury a lot of the time. And so making sure that you have that full body strength is going to drastically reduce your risk of getting injured. That doesn't mean you're not going to get injured, but it's something that you can do quite easily to help reduce your risk, which is so huge because there's a lot of things that we can't control. So making sure that you are maintaining strength in your back and shoulders, it's going to help you carry your upper body in the proper form on top of your core, on top of your hips. And again, that core strength, so important, both front and back, working your abs, your obliques, and your back to, again, make sure that you're holding your upper body in the right position. It also helps hold your hips in the right position. One of the most important places where runners can build strength is through the hips. Those hip stabilizer muscles are huge. It not only can reduce risks of running injuries in the hips, but also the knees, because when your hips get a little bit off kilter, one of the first places it goes to is the knees. So actually a lot of issues with knee injuries come from the hips. So make sure that you are strengthening your glutes, strengthening the hip flexors on the front of your legs, and just making sure that that is nice and stable, and then doing exercises to help strengthen your ankles and the stabilizing muscles in the ankle and the lower leg. That will help. For example, when you take a misstep, if you have strong ankles, you're going to reduce your risk of rolling your foot, spraining your ankle, if you've built up the strength through that. And then there are exercises that you can also do with strengthening your feet and your toes, which is going to help work not only through the toe, but one of the main places you want to make sure that you are paying attention to is your plantar fascia. If you haven't had plantar fasciitis, I'll tell you, it is not fun. It's excruciating. It can take a long time to heal, and it can take you completely out of running for a while if just, backing off your mileage doesn't help take care of it, which I had to do. I had to take a couple months off to really let mine heal. So make sure that you are incorporating strength into your cross training to make sure that you are reducing your risk of getting injured. You could do that by just following a complete strength routine in the gym or at home. There are lots of great body weight routines. My personal favorite way that has worked the best for me is yoga. Yoga, if you have a good program, will work out your entire body. It's going to work all of those muscles and muscle groups that I just mentioned, and it's going to give you full body strength. And it's easy to do all together in a workout where you're not having to, what I used to do, which is bop back and forth between machine and machine at the gym. It took a while. So not only am I getting my full body workout through yoga, but I am also getting some great benefits like working on breathing technique and working on meditation and mental techniques that I can then carry over into my running that help make me a better runner.